is up, YouTube? This is your girl Jessica Catherine, and I'm coming to you guys with another video. This video, I'm gonna try to compact this because it has so many layers like an onion. First things first, there has been a great divide, a conquest for a great divide in between us humans, us Americans. And I think we tend to forget that we have higher ups that seek to divide us, distract us, and keep us away from the fact that there are trying to perform some type of population control, new world order type of situation. And they don't want us to pay attention to that part. They want us to stay fighting each other. Now, what I've noticed is that since they can't really divide us by color or, race anymore, considering that we're all mixing together, there's a lot of interracial couples, interracial babies coming on. There's about to be a whole new generation of interracial people. So since they can't really divide us by race, they're trying to divide us all together by gender. Not to mention, if they divide us by gender, if they get people hating each other, men and women, they in turn get their prize, which is population control. But that's just one layer of the onion. The second layer is you have to see who is the face of this so-called we don't need a man movement. This is the second wave of the feminist movement carried by the less melanated women.
Single women are doing just fine. I'm sure you've all heard at this point about the Psychology Today article saying that single lonely men are on the rise because relationship standards are increasing and men basically won't rise to meet them. What you may not have heard about is how many men are attacking the research and the researcher itself. Now, see, women know exactly what that researcher is experiencing because as these men's partners for so long, we've been the one that they've pushed back against the way they're pushing back on this research. They refuse to acknowledge the reality that they're the issue. The truth is these men don't even know what emotional labor is anymore because their female relatives, their female friends, and their partners and wives have been doing it for them forever. And now that they're being called out as the people who need to change, the only thing they know how to say is women are the lonely ones. Women are the ones with the problem. No, we're doing great.
Why are some straight males so bothered, so interested, so fired up, so nasty when a woman decides that A, she might not want to get married, maybe she doesn't believe in it, B, she doesn't want to have children, or C, she's just not interested in a relationship right now? And you'll really see how bothered they are if you look through my videos and read the comments because they are scary. I honestly can't believe what I see sometimes. So why are these men so bothered? Why do they get so fired up? I truly believe it has something to do with how they believe their role in society will be if women decide to have ownership over their bodies and their choices. Straight men have been able to do as they please for as long as we can remember, and they are celebrated regardless of their choices. A man single, over 40, bachelor, everyone applauds him. Women who are single, lonely cat ladies, gonna die alone. But now women are realizing their worth. They're realizing that they can live their lives in whatever way they choose. But some straight men do not want women to have ownership over their lives and their bodies because they can't stand equal rights for both women and men. Because men don't like it when it's done at their expense.
If you pay attention to all the research studies, all the covers of these articles, they are non-black women complaining about their non-black men. But when we're talking about non-black women, we have to question what type of men are they talking about. These research studies just started to come out as of 2019 and further. So in the past couple of years, I would say since 2019, there has been an uptick of interracial marriages. So are they talking about the black men that they so-called took from black women? Or are they talking about their non-black counterparts who have pedestalized them, made them the most desirable women in the world, gave them everything, fought blood, sweat, and tears so that they can be, the princesses and the queens that they are? Are these the men that they are talking about? Or are they talking about the non-melanated men who have been taking care of them for years, putting them in the house, making them housewives, taking care of them, building everything for them, and now they're just giving their counterparts, their non-melanated men, their tush to kiss? I don't understand what these women really are complaining about, But I do understand that as Black women, we need to realize that this is not our fight. This is not our fight. Black women have not been married enough to sit up here and say like, oh, marriage is not beneficial. We don't want marriage. And I see a lot of Black women jumping on this feminist bandwagon that is empowered and moved by non-melanated women. So I was talking about this, and from my perspective and my algorithm on TikTok, I have like a lot of non-melanated women expressing their disdain about men. But I was talking to my hubby, and he was like, in his timeline, he sees a whole bunch of non-melanated women basically pushing back against the feminist movement. And pretty much it's like an underhanded situation where they're on the forefront, they're saying like, oh, you don't need these men, girl. But in the background, they're saying, you know what, we're going to take these men and they don't know what to do with them. And like, it's just like very, very like schemy. It's giving like very, very sneaky. And I think Black women need to wake up and not follow this new age feminine movement. Let these non-Black pedestalized women continue to tarnish their feminine image by being terroristic feminists, and you as Black women remain in your femininity, remain in your divine feminine, and do not further tarnish your reputation as Black women, because it's bad enough that the society already sees Black women as combative and I don't need a man and wagging your finger and rolling your neck. We don't need this under our belt. Allow these non-Black women to tarnish their image. Now, as Black women, they tend to try to compare their lives to non-Black women and say that they have the upper hand, they're living the life, they're getting the best deal when it comes to these men. But are these the same women who are put on a pedestal by their men? I find it to be so ungrateful, distasteful, disrespectful, a spit in the face for the most pedestalized woman, the non-Black woman, to just disrespect and disregard her counterpart, being a non-Black man, after all these years of him putting her on a pedestal, protecting and providing for her. You know, humans have their faults. You know, if you're in a relationship, and narcissism doesn't have a color. So, of course, there's going to be good people out there and there's going to be bad people out there. But in the grand scheme of things, everyone would assume that the most pedestalized woman would be getting the best deal when it comes to men. And for these women to sit up here and carry this new age feminist movement as if, you know, not getting married and not having kids is the best life is such a misleading and evil thing to promote from ungrateful brats. If I should say, they sound like ungrateful brats. So as Black women who are just coming into themselves as far as like dating out, you know, being hypergamous, or, you know, getting better standards, we need to realize that this is not our fight. Let these non-Black women disown their men, and all the Black women who are, you know, divesting, there you go. You have a fresh pool of, you know, non-Black men to deal with, because their women want to go on strike. You need to think of it like that. You know, if they want to leave their men, more men for y'all, more men for the divestment girls. Don't feed into this new age, I don't need a man, I don't want to get married, I don't want to have kids movement, because it's not your fight. I can't stress that enough. Not to mention, on another level of the onion, we have the fact that, you know, two people households, married couples, make more money. So of course they want to keep you, you know, destitute or single, and, you know, spending extra energy working, you know, trying to make up for the difference. They don't want families to build strong structures, build strong two-family incomes. They don't want that. So it's just so many reasons why this whole male versus female movement is just so detrimental. I honestly just wanted to add my 2 cents on this male versus female battle that's just constantly brewing and catching steam. And I want to also point out, last but not least, the fact that Andrew Tate, this misogynistic non-Black man who is pushing this red pill rhetoric, the fact that he's banned from social media and that non-black men will not allow their image to be tainted by this man, yet and still, you know, the powers that be, YouTube, Instagram, and blase squaze, they allow Kevin Samuels to run amok amongst black women and create this narrative like black women are just less desirable. It just, you have to really pay attention to what is permissible and what isn't. You're not gonna see non-black people making less of their own selves. I'm gonna end this video here. If you like the video, really like this video, don't forget to comment below, talk amongst yourselves, do not talk to me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Bye.